How y'all doing? This is Nettie and Dean.
How y'all doing? What's going on today? How everybody in YouTube land?
We're about to have a big snowstorm here in PA, y'all, for the second time this week. Are we
Lots.
ready? Yes, we're ready.
They talking about lots of ice.
Let me adjust this real quick. There you go.
Be careful with that.
Make sure I'm putting him in the picture. You always want to keep your hubby in the picture. So anyway, mainly if you have a child together, you should always remain friends, right? That's how I feel. If you're not together, you should be friends. But anyway, we were here to just talk, chit chat. If anybody has anything they want to say when they come into the room, um, let us know. I'm sure people been following our videos, following how we feel about certain
Definitely
situations,
certain situations.
certain issues. Don't know how other people feel because I don't get too many comments back. So I just wonder.
Don't mind me. I just decided I'm gonna get some coffee because
Oh
I think
yes, we're
I'm.
having coffee.
Yeah,
Coffee.
yeah,
Coffee on the
yeah. I'm
couch.
gonna have to sit. I'm gonna have to be a little quiet today and sit down for this one. Um, I'm just gonna put it like that. I usually got a lot to say, but sometimes, us guys, we gotta be the back seat. So before we get this thing started and it gets into whatever it is, I fully support my lady in all decisions that she makes. We are a couple. We have been together for 16 years. Um, and the water, the water is going to run, and it's going to run bloody, And I hope no one gets offended in anything, and everybody's okay, and everybody's fine after this, and But there's a couple of things that we really want to talk about that she wants to talk about. Like I said, I totally support it. My coffee just stopped. I might say a couple of things once in a while, but like I
That was
say,
my coffee, right?
yes,
Okay.
yes, yes.
I come first. I come first.
Yeah, but
I'm just making sure of that.
she's been tracking a lot of the, we're just gonna get into it. So go ahead.
I don't even know what to say these days. That's what's so sad. Did my computer cut off on me? Yeah, it did. Right when you're ready to talk. How you
What's wrong?
doing? I gotta get a little closer so I can see my comments. I'm sorry. Hi, Rocky and Derek Show. How are you? It's Derek. I'm on lunch break. Okay. 11:45 senior stream. And stop.
How much sugar?
Show some support. Thank
How much
you.
sugar? Get on
I
with it.
appreciate it, Derek.
People on lunch breaks. We gonna get on with this. People on lunch breaks. I know how it is when you got a lunch break. So
But
Nettie, yeah,
it'll be recorded.
yes it will.
Sorry guys, I'm just reading comments. I should just look at them on my phone. That would be smart, right? Hi Julie. Julian. I'm trying to read it. I'm sorry. I'm blind. That's why I shouldn't even be on my phone half the time. Mm. Hello. I'm trying to see your name. I'm sorry. I like to 4 months until things got together and him and my mom talked and he came home and every day cappuccino this time came home every day and still did what he had to do as a father and got so many different options of cappuccino. That's a shame. Y'all just wouldn't know. I love my cappuccino. So um anyway, I got a little sidetracked, y'all, because I'm coming from the heart and I'm trying to be real with y'all and let y'all know why certain things still hurt me as a 40-year-old today when I see other people experiencing the same situation that I did. That's good. Mix it. So, all right. At the end of the day, my dad had another woman and another baby. and he ended up moving in with them eventually. So then we became two families. Now she had a baby, she had a son too. So now we had a stepbrother, and I love my stepbrother till today. Love him dearly. I love my baby brother still till today. Love him dearly. Although he's a little upset with me right now, I don't know why. Don't know why. You know why? Because of YouTube, but I just try to keep it real. And like I said, I just lost my mother. So in the meantime, I loved this little boy and adored this little boy and took care of this little boy like he was mine, although he was my baby brother. So, my mom loved this little boy, took care of this little boy like he was hers. His mom and my dad, eventually they would have their ups and downs. They would go through fights, arguments. We were there. We would see them. We would hear them. She had her own life, put it like that. But it didn't fit into my father's life and his four kids by his first wife at the same time. My mom was sitting there being her, that beauty queen that she's always been. She took this baby in. She would talk on the phone to this woman. She would, there was a Christmas one year, I remember. My mom wasn't around. My dad was around all the time, but he worked all the time. He worked for the highway department for over 30 something years of my life, of my 40 years. I'm going to keep saying that because he's a man first. So, he worked real hard because, especially around this time of the year, and this kind of brought it up because every time it snows, it reminds me of my daddy going out and working them roads to keep people safe. Keep people safe for years. Yes.
He was on the
yes.
He was on the road.
He's still riding up and down the roads from South Carolina to
strong man,
PA.
definitely a strong man. And then go do that other business. You know what I'm saying? Like strong man, strong man.
But in the end, I mean, my story could go on and on. But my mom and dad to the end of my day, or until the end of her day, because I'm still here, they were best friends, and that was regardless of how many other relationships my father was in. No matter how many other children he had, which he had two more children, by another wife later on, my stepmother now, who he's been with for over 20 something years. So, this is when I was really young, all this happened. And so in the end, my dad has 8 children. Okay. Y'all want to do the math? It's 4 by my mother. He raised 9, so wait, I should really say 9. I say 8, but we should say 9 because we're going to say my brother that was born out of wedlock and his brother, who my father also raised or helped raise. I have 3 brothers by my current stepmother now. 1 stepbrother and 2 half brothers. So, I got a strong family. My mother and father originally, we had 1 older brother and I have 2 sisters. 1 older sister, 1 a year younger than me. So, my mom's kids are about 2 years apart. My dad's kids are years apart, depending on which marriage he was in. So, needless to say, he's been a man through it all and always taking care of all the kids, no matter what. So, I hear people saying, oh, yeah, this person has this many kids and this many babies, mamas, and you know what? It really don't matter how many kids somebody has or how many babies, moms they have. The bottom of the end of the day, sorry, I'm so sorry because I haven't been reading my comments. Oh, Lord, you in here acting a fool. Well, why would you want to know what we do in my room?
Leave it alone. 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 Leave it alone.
Just for the moment.
Just leave it alone for right now. Just leave it alone for right now. Maybe you learned something. Maybe you learned something today. Just ignore it. Maybe you learned something today.
Okay.
We're a little
So,
bit grown up now. Maybe we learned something today.
you're right.
If so, I'll X
I
you
don't need
off.
no more
But
sugar.
maybe
That's
you learned
cream.
something today. Go ahead.
So,
Go ahead.
anyway, clearly that person wasn't listening to my story. So, anyway, at the end of the day, I still want to get back to mom and dad remained friends through this whole family that we built over these years.
Maybe you learned something. Now, you want some sugar?
I get sidetracked, y'all, because if you're listening to me, I just lost my mom, so I ain't got time for ignorance. I do be ready to come at people, but I'm going to keep on a positive note because that's what I'm portraying here. Not even portraying, but
Some poor
that's the
lost soul
portrait
out
of
there.
me.
Some poor lost soul out there is reaching out for help. We'll leave them off for a little
I'm
bit.
right
See
about
if
that.
they learn something.
Is this
You
cream or
know,
sugar? You gotta be putting sugar in there
we're,
twice.
we're, we're going to act a little grown today.
He trying to put me on.
We're going to act a little grown today.
Ain't no
So
little grown. We
here,
gotta watch what we saying. We are grown. I ain't got time for it though.
because she
Like if
really
I'm
wants to
I'm
block
pouring
you
my
off.
heart out, I'm welcoming people in. If you want to hear what I'm saying, if you understand what I'm saying, you'll listen. But if you want to be rude and ignorant and sit there in your bedroom and do stuff to yourself because you fathoming whatever you see in my bedroom, go on right ahead. I'm gonna let y'all do. Okay, do what you do, what you do, what you do best. All right, let's put it like that. So anyway, best thing to do is just sit here and watch me if you really want to. You don't have to comment. So, because then you get kicked out or you get banned and you won't be allowed back in. So, you can have it either way. That's the control I like in my room. I can take control of you and your ignorance, or I can take control of what I'm going to say out my mouth back to you. And what I ain't going to do is feed into it. So, anyway, a girl has 5 brothers and 2 sisters, all right? So y'all can't play me for stupid, dumb, nothing. My youngest brother is 18 years old. Suckers, all right? So I'm just letting y'all know if y'all want me to get real. I already know what y'all little kids be up to, okay? Can't pull it over on me, so y'all can keep on, stay in y'all little rooms or do whatever y'all doing. I don't have time for it. I have little brothers, baby brothers, so we'll put it like that. I want to see if anybody's in here that is appropriate. Hello, my friends. Nice to meet you both. Hello,
Welcome,
Mama
sis.
Cats. How are you? Thank you so much, Julian. I try to keep it positive, honestly. I have to. Because, like I said, first of all, I am overweight. So I really can't let too much on my heart. I'm going to back it up a little bit. So about 5 years ago, my brother, who was 19 at the time, he fell off of his ATV and he cracked his skull. Hold on 1 second. Let me pull the comments up in my phone. That way I ain't squinting while I'm talking to y'all because I want to keep it real here and keep it honest. I'm sorry. Give me 1 second.
I'm gonna hit it right here, Liddy. I'm gonna do it from right here.
Hmm?
I'm gonna do it from right here.
Oh, okay. That's cool.
And they should.
And I need to watch the clock because my baby's getting out of school early today because we about to have a ice storm, y'all. So Dean
There you
claims
go.
he's going to cover it for y'all. So we'll see because I don't go out in the snow or the ice. But then again, y'all might see my big butt out there on a sled. Don't get me wrong
I
if y'all
like the
see me
way she
sliding
says
down here.
claims.
I know he'll do it, so I'm gonna let him do it. Do what you do, what you do, what you do. I always tell people that. Sorry, y'all. We just want to monitor our comments because I don't like to have a positive
Are we
channel
good
going
here?
on and somebody's in there being rude.
Are we good
Like
here?
I was in somebody's live last night and then we had a nice, good conversation going on and it was just this ignorant person in there being really ignorant and they must have not had a moderator on their page. So I was like, wait a minute, hold up, hold up. This person is going to make me leave this stream. And it was sad because it was a live stream. So, but they'll make you leave if the ignorance is there and it's not addressed. So anyway, I'm gonna keep my positivity going. But my brother, he was 19 years old. It was the day after my father's birthday. We had a 60th birthday party for him actually. So they went back to South Carolina because that's where they live at. Um, he jumped on his ATV. It was raining outside. He fell off, cracked his skull, brain shifted 3 millimeters, and I vouched to him that I would be beside him until he got himself together, and I did
Can I
that.
say something?
Hmm.
Can I say something?
Hmm.
Um,
And I watched these
I
comments.
gotta add in my 2 cents about him. This guy was like downright, and he still is to this day. Like just genuinely, yo, like he was he was he was good, man. He still is good, But if you ever needed some help with something, yo, he was there. It wasn't like it wasn't fake. It was always
From
from
the
his
heart.
heart. You know what I'm saying. So and you don't get that. You don't get that too much in this world. And it
That
always
boy,
hurt me.
if
It
you
always
had to
hurt me
move
in my heart that
a
you
car, he
know
would pick that
you
car up and move it if you needed him to.
like it always hurt me in my heart that this happened to him. I'm still glad that he's here with us.
Yep.
Still love him very much.
Mm-hmm.
But
And that's where I say God is good. Now I have some testimonies.
but unfortunately, we've been together 16 years, and y'all know I'm gonna say what I gotta say.
Good.
That was the best out the lot. I'm sorry if y'all
Out
don't
of
like
all
that.
8.
I'm
Yeah.
sorry if when it
We've
came
been
when it came
saying
when it
that.
came to the boys, when it came to downright helping you do something, just keeping it 100. Yeah. It still is, you know. So that's all I got to say.
Oh Lord, I thought you had a whole story. You
No,
ain't said nothing.
I don't have a whole story to say, but
You just wanted to talk about my
and
buddy
they got to say listen because
and
that was my
tell him how
man.
good he is.
When I was learning about jailbreaking, he was like, yo, this is how you do it, boom boom bam. He wasn't like stingy with it because Cass was running around here jailbreaking and doing all this stuff and making extra side money. I knew stuff, but I wasn't into it like that, and I was always see him, and he was always into his music. Bam, 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 doing this. He still is to this day. But just the other day, I spoke about him, you know, and I talked about him and the music that he likes. But at the same time, this is just how I feel. You know what I'm saying? This is how I feel. This is how I feel, especially today. Especially today. But being real honest with you, lots of things happen in my life too. You know what I'm saying? A lot of things happen in my life. You know,
Well, if you ain't
I
gonna talk
um
about it, go ahead.
I was in a group home for part of my life. You know what I'm saying? Not a long period. You know what I'm saying? I would get to see mom on the weekends and stuff. I wasn't really a bad kid. You know what I'm saying? I wasn't really a bad kid. But everybody gets into something.
In
I
16
would have
years,
to
I ain't
wait.
hear this.
Yeah, I told you a long time ago I was in the group home, and I would have, and I had, and on the
You
weekends I
never
would see
told me the
mom.
whole
It was
story.
only for like maybe like even if it was a couple months, maybe a year. I gotta ask my mom. It wasn't that long, but I was out there, you know, doing dumb stuff with dumb people, and it was like, look, it's either go to jail or go to the group home. So what you gonna do? You gonna go to group home? But always remember, Mike Tyson was in the group home too. You know what I'm saying? Just saying it. That's people just end up in different walks of life where they at. It wasn't nothing bad about it.
But you never been to
What?
jail, right?
No, no, no.
Never been
But
arrested or
no,
locked up,
oh
right?
no, no, no. Listen to me very
And that's
carefully.
the bottom
Listen,
line.
listen to me very carefully. You can get in trouble. You can do things, but how you carry and handle yourself is a totally different situation.
Hmm.
You know what I'm saying?
And that's where I always say, what you
I've been
do.
in bad situations before. I'm gonna tell you something. When I was younger, I've been in bad situations, but I can honestly, actually say to really suffer like the way some kids today. I see them and they're suffering. They just don't understand. Like, yo, keep your hands in your pockets. You know what I'm saying? Try to hold your head up. Get a job. You know, it's always somebody out there looking for you to be a hard worker. And my job right now, man. Listen, man. It's not the job I want to be doing. You know what I'm saying? But I'm not on the corner. You know what I'm saying? I'm not on the corner. It's not the job I want to be doing. It was all this grease the other day, man. I got a video. I'm gonna show you a little bit of that later on. But it's all this grease. And I'm down on my hands and my knees. And you know what I'm thinking about while I'm on my hands and my knees? I'm thinking about YouTube and how which I can catch this video for y'all to see it. So I snuck a little piece in and I got it. But when you see this grease, you're going to be like, dang, bro, they got to be like that. Yeah, then I go to trash compactor, but there's cameras all around. And this thing is all frozen. So I'm standing out there and I'm like, dang, I can't put my camera on. But the compactor is frozen, so I got to figure out how to get the trash in there. Then in the back, all the boxes are stacking up because the trucks couldn't get out there, and we about to have an ice storm. So when I go back to work, wickety whack, all that stuff is going to be waiting for me. But at the same time, I love what I do because I just like what I do. When you find that you're accustomed to something, just do it. No matter what people think. You know what I'm saying? At least you're working. At least you're earning honest pay. You know what I'm saying? Honest pay. You know, I never used to be about honest pay all the time. It was just about, yo, you know what I'm saying? This is how we going to get this money. That's how it is. You know what I'm saying? But I do honestly have to say I work very, very hard. And it's not enough.
And I could say YouTube is a good example for some kids. I'm sorry, I didn't want to cut you off, but it just made me think about that as you're saying that. Like a lot of young kids, they're trying to create their YouTube channels. Like when I was talking to our friend's son, little 9-year-old the other day, you know, it just kind of made me like, he said, I got to save my money because I need me a vlogging camera. And I'm thinking these kids these days, they want to make their little YouTube channel so they can come up and blow up. But mainly because they want to be like other YouTubers that they're following. So when I first started following a lot of these YouTubers that I cover, I started following them because the young kids watch them. And I'm like this, okay, so if they watch them, let me watch them. Because anybody who knows me knows that I love kids. They're my babies. I love them. I don't care whose kids they are. They're my babies.
I can honestly say so many people I've met within the time I've known her have actually, I'm talking about, listen. Now, this is what it gets down to. Listen, I've had cats come up on the street and say, yo, if you don't do right, you can forget it, my man. Because that's the one that used to change my diapers and run around and help me. You know what I'm saying? And these guys was like, yo, they cast that look. They and
a lot of my babies are like 25 years old now.
But at the same time, you got a lot of genuinely nice guys, man. But from the heart, they know me, so they know how it's been. You know what I'm saying? I've always been basically 100. You know, I always been 100 with two.
Put it like this. Who do y'all know? And I'm not bragging. I have about 18 godchildren. And the only reason why I have so many godchildren is because for years, my friends thought I couldn't have a baby. I thought I couldn't have a baby. I ain't had my child till I was 32 years old. That PCOS is a mug, y'all. I don't know if y'all know about it. Y'all, if y'all young, y'all will learn. If anybody out there is trying to get pregnant and it's hard for you to get pregnant, more than likely you may have PCOS. It's one of the #1 almost nowadays medical problems causing weight gain, hair to end up in areas where it shouldn't be, darker spots in your skin folds. Those are just some of the symptoms that you would have. Mainly hard to have a child. And I only know that because I was trying to be a little fresh kid at 16. Now, why was I trying to do that when I had them baby brothers? Trying to have a kid. That was the story of my life when I was younger. I said, guess what? I'm going to drop out of school when I'm 16. And I'm going to work at McDonald's. And I'm going to have a baby. That was my dream, y'all, when I was little. And I'm like, okay. So, anyway, from like 16 to 30, I tried to get pregnant.
Who's that? Natalie
So in the
Lindsay?
mix, hi Natalie, how are you?
Hey, Natalie. Hey, fam.
So in the mix, when I found out that I had this polycystic ovaries, I found out this is why I didn't get pregnant at 16 years old when I was trying to be fresh for all those years. So at the end of the day, I met him, and after 6 years of our relationship, because I thought we still couldn't have kids, the doctor said that I would have to get gastric bypass surgery, lose weight, and then take fertility drugs to have a baby. Wait a minute, y'all. I gotta put my right hand up because this is another testimony. One of my uncles passed away in September of 2007. And my crazy self, at his funeral, I prayed and I prayed and I prayed. Can somebody bring me a child? In October, I went away. We was at a cabin that year. Yeah, we went to a cabin for a week. And oh, I had fun. Man, oh, my gosh. When I tell you, I was acting like I was 18 in that cabin. Anyway.
Yeah, we had fun there.
I put down probably like 2.5, maybe 3 gallons of vodka, hardcore Jacquin's vodka. Back then, like that's the cheapest vodka on the shelf nowadays. But that was my ish back then, because you know what? You got more for your money. Nowadays, you learn when you get older, you can't drink for more for your money. You got to drink according to how your head's going to handle it. So, drink wisely. How about that? So, and only if you're of age. When you're too young, you shouldn't drink. And we'll get into that later. I'm going to get into this, y'all. Nettie got a medical degree, okay? I ain't no nurse yet, but I want to be soon, one day.
Jackie Natur? Who's this one? You guys are so motivating.
Thank you. Thank you so much.
Yeah, you gotta excuse me sometimes. I don't know everybody because I'm always working.
They're new. So. They said they're a new soul.
Oh, okay. Well, welcome.
He has to read the comments.
Welcome.
I read the comments, y'all, but I'm talking. Welcome. I'm sorry. I can't see anything. He's on the TV watching. So, thank y'all so much. And I like to be honest. I'm coming from the heart. I'm telling y'all real life stories here about me and my family. But so, in September, after the, and I don't want to go back to the funeral, but October, we went to this party and we was having so much fun. We wasn't partying. We had a cabin for a week that I won. So y'all, when they call and say you won something, no, y'all know how I won this? I'm going to be 100 because all the kids that are underage, they should be in school right now. But I used to have sex toy parties. So, me, Nettie, I used to have a room full of women all the time. That's just me. I have a lot of friends. So, at the end of the day, I won a couple of things from these parties. So I won a week trip. Now, you raise a lot of money for a party company. Yes, they give you a cabin in the Poconos for a whole week. Unpaid. I didn't have to pay for anything, nothing but my gas to get there. So, at the end of the day, we were up there having fun, me and him. Oh yeah, I forgot. I was babysitting at the time. So I took my niece. I had her sent up there for 3 days out of my 7. And I'm saying that because people forget stuff. I love my sister dearly, but yes, I bought her baby on vacation because that was my job. I babysat. And she didn't have a sitter, so I had to bring the baby to my party with me. So, and the baby was probably 1 month, 2 months old. Too young that you would think, why would she send her baby 2 hours away? But she was with her Aunt Nettie. And her mother knew that she was going to be taken care of. And this was her 4th child. So, I helped take care of the other ones too. So, at the end of the day, I took the baby up there.
Can I get some props?
I had some rough night.
Can I get some props?
We had the baby up there. Is that what you want to say?
No, I'm just saying, can I get some props because I helped out too?
You did. You always help.
I'll let him kiss.
He always got to get his credit. I'll give it to him. I'll give it to him. He does. He loves the kids too. So anyway, needless to say, I was sick. partying too much, waking up with a baby. At the end of the day, I started thinking, something's wrong with me. My body started hurting real bad. I was getting cramps. My chest started getting really sore. And I'm like, I don't know what's going on. I think I got cancer, but I'm on vacation, so I'm going to enjoy myself. And then I'm going to go to the doctors when I get home. So I waited like another month. So it was November. And I said, you know what? Before I go to the doctors to get checked for cancer, because I was still having all these symptoms, I was like, let me take a home pregnancy test. Because when you feel sick, always take a test first at home. So, that came out positive. And I was like, it was really light. So I was like, this ain't real. So before I even told Dean, I went and ran down the hall to one of my girlfriend's house because she lived in the same building. And I'm like, check this out. And she's like, oh my gosh, you're pregnant. I'm like, no, I'm not. No, I'm not. And I'm 32 years old, but I'm still whispering, no, I'm not. No, I'm not. Don't say that. Don't say that so loud. Meanwhile, this girl was trying to get pregnant since she was 16. But I was just nervous that I didn't want to be embarrassed, I guess, because I didn't believe that I was pregnant. So when she said that, I went and got 2 more tests. Took them, and they came out bright, clear as day. One of my girlfriends worked at the doctor's at the time. She went and gave me about 10 more tests. And I kept taking them and taking them and taking them and taking them. Just to be taking them.
Y'all listening though?
So then I finally said, well, let me go to Planned Parenthood and get this confirmed. Like back then they had Planned Parenthood. They're starting to not be as, what do I want to say? They're not out there as much these days, which they need to bring them back because they taught us at a young age not to not have sex, but how to be careful. How to protect yourself first. And that's important. That's what a lot of these people don't understand these days. When they stop, help you stop getting pregnant at a young age. Like honestly, real. I mean, here I was 16 trying to get pregnant, but they made sure that they made us put a condom on a banana in front of them.
Use that joint.
And yes, they ain't show you how to use it, but they showed you how to put the condom on a man. They don't do that these days. But so I get upset when I see on YouTube, yes, I see provocative stuff sometimes on kids' pages. On a young parents' pages. Is that the word I want to use? Yeah. Promoting stuff to these young kids. That's pretty much what I want to get it out to. Because there's young kids watching this stuff. Like I said, my 9-year-old son watches these people. My 10-year-old niece watches these people. And I watch these people, and I love them. I ain't going front. I love the people that I'm subscribed to. And anybody who subscribed to me, if I'm not subscribed to you, make sure that you drop a comment in one of my videos, because I usually see those before I see notifications. Everybody sees that because you want to know who's commenting on your videos, mainly because you want to know if anybody's trying to be mean when you know that you're trying to be real. A lot of my videos, people don't understand, but when they listen to the whole thing, they get the point at the end that I'm not trying to hurt nobody. I just honestly like to put a point across because I've been through a lot. There's a comment there. I don't know who that is. Tara. Hey, Tara Boo. How are you? And, so... At the end of the day...
Boss Lady Lexi.
Hi, Boss Lady Lexi. How are you?
Terrible. Good. What about you?
Okay. We're all right. We're just talking, chatting. Talking some real life stuff here. That's all. I can't see.
I'm good in yourself. That's Boss Lady Lexi.
Oh, okay. Yeah, we're okay here. We're about to hit, an ice storm is on the way. We actually at the
Purple.
we got
Who's that?
a call to pick up
TV.
our kid. Hi, Purple and Blue TV. Purple or Blue TV. Yeah, I know them.
Let's go ahead. I'll read them all.
So yeah, dang, I done went through so many different stories at one time, y'all. If y'all have any questions, y'all can ask. Anything y'all want to know. Stuff I've been through over the years. Stuff I, and, you know, what's that? Yeah, an ice storm here as well. Where you at, hun?
Northern Virginia.
Oh.
Okay, okay.
My people are from South Carolina, so we ride through Virginia a lot. Have for a long time. We have a lot of people, family in West Virginia, Westmoreland County.
I lived in Richmond for a while, out in the Ginner Park area in Richmond, Virginia.
Yep,
I've been
actually,
out to Alexandria.
my great grandmother is from Westmoreland County, Virginia. She was 100% Cherokee Indian. And she gave birth to over 24 kids. And I'm not lying to y'all.
Mad Lindsay got sent home because of the storm.
Oh, wow. So up in Harrisburg, it's going to be bad, too. Yeah, because y'all aren't far from us. That's why. Yeah, we got to pick our son up at 1:30 from school. They called him out early, and we didn't even know it was going to snow today. We weren't even keeping up. We were on YouTube, not even watching the news here.
But your boy is good. We're good. Because we just got, the
the last storm, we made sure we robbed the grocery store. Not really robbed them, but per se.
That's one thing about it coming back around so quick.
We make sure our refrigerator has to stay.
That's one thing about it coming back around
on 100, because you never know.
Yeah.
24 children now. Wow. Yes. I'm sorry. The 24 children. She gave birth to 24 children. 4 sets of twins.
Somebody keep it real on you.
Only 2 or 3 of her children.
Like that.
I'm sorry, I got sidetracked because I'm trying to read comments at the same time. Sorry. Yep. Only, I think only 2 sets survived, like two sets survived out of her 4 sets. So, I mean, I just went there because we have a big family. That's sad. It's not sad. It's actually amazing. It is. It really is. But, family. That's pretty much what I want to say. She had to have her kids by her first cousin, actually, because they weren't allowed to marry outside of the family until their kids could marry outside. So that's how strong the bloodline is. Everybody looks alike. I go on Facebook and everybody looks alike. I don't have to ask who my family is because we look alike. We all got those cheekbones and everything. Child. The eyes. I thought you was watching for comments. Guys, I'm just looking for comments. But I'm sorry, y'all. I'm getting sidetracked. So if there was a story I was talking about and y'all really want to know, just ask, because I will continue with that.
Yeah, but you had something you want to say about certain things because you wanted your room to get in and your room is in. So you had something you wanted to say because
well, we were just talking in general about. That's where I started off with parents and being friends, and it's important when you're in a marriage to not slander the other parent. Yeah, that's where we started off at. So, and that came from the heart because, my dad ended up moving around the corner from my mom over the years. Thank you, Natalie. Love you too. But, my dad moved around the corner with his, with my brother's mom at the time, but they had their problems. So I said that. So he ended up being by himself and raising my brother by himself with us. So, of course, because my brother had 3 beautiful sisters to help, he had nothing but love Excuse me, y'all. I'm just hold on. I'm gonna do my comments on my phone. You can run your rabbit.
Sorry about
I'm
that.
sorry, y'all. I just want to keep a monitor on the rude people. I can't have people in here being rude. They want to know what's going on in your bedroom. Gosh,
Yes, yes, Gabby.
I think that's something mental with some people. But it's the immaturity. That's where it is. But it's the immaturity. Well, now I'm hearing myself.
He says, "What advice do you have about who do you mean?
Rude family
Yeah,
members
rude family members.
on the spouse's family side. Oh my gosh. Girl, you must have been reading my mind. Because that's a whole nother thing. Now, that's a part of what I wanted to talk about. Because I'm not trying to directly talk about anybody here. But I'm going to be honest with you. My first relationship I was in was for, honestly, that's a good question. You got me thinking right there. Because my first relationship was on and off for like 14 or so years. And me and his parents, they loved me, so it was hard because when he thought he could try to cheat, they would tell me everything. His sisters, they would tell me everything. So I don't know about that because I ain't had no bad in-laws. Um, when I met Dean, his mother, I love her dear. I love her dearly. I love her dearly. But they're from the island, so she's outspoken. And she tells me off when she has to.
What you see is what you get, and you ain't getting nothing less."
I learned that if you love the person, honestly, if you love them, you have to deal with the in-laws. You do. You have to. You can't use that as an excuse because I seen somebody using that as an excuse, and I ain't gonna let nobody go past on that. Now, it's true that you don't get along with the in-laws. In-laws can be a bee. Now, are you talking about a married couple, or are you talking about you're not married to this person, or you're not? And then we can get into how does this person feel about it? Because me and Dean, again, we were together for 6 years before we had our son. So when my son was about 2 or 3, me and him got into a big argument, and his mom got in the middle of it. And let's put it like this: at the end of the day, I'm a woman and she's a woman. So me as his woman, I had to stand my grounds because I was a mother too. So I know how she felt as a mother, that she felt like she had to take up for her son. But I had to let her know as well, that's your son, but I have a son too. So I'm going to let you know that I can't let nobody make decisions in my life for anything. So I'm sorry, I'm getting sidetracked. Dean. So, I mean, I want to say because what he did was at the end of all that, and it was kind of sad, but he had to make a decision that day. Are you going to jump on your mom's side, or are you going to jump on my side? So hold on 1 second, because I just got your next
Talking
tip.
about marriage. I don't want to marry, not being comfortable about family. He told his mother that we will be getting married and took up for us.
Oh, then I'll be on it. Like, I mean, so in that case,
However,
however,
now his grandmother is in the mix, and she's always rude because he stood up for me.
okay, well then Grandma got to sit back
Yo,
and
yo,
love
yo,
life.
whoa. That stuff is gonna
Like,
happen,
I don't want
man.
to say it like that, but if you're in love with
That stuff is
somebody
gonna
and
happen.
they feel the same way that you feel in the relationship, it's y'all. Because once you're married, Y'all become 50 and 50. Y'all become whole. One. Nobody can get in between that. Nobody should be able to get in between that. So, in that being said, family, they're not irrelevant, but they're irrelevant. You know what I'm trying to say? And that's the truth. If something's real, God brought that together. And I don't want to keep bringing that because I don't know who studies what type of religion, but that's what I was raised to believe in. What's real is real. What's true is true. Love is love. No one can control what the heart feels or how the heart is going to react. So, hold on. I'm just keeping up with your
She
conversation.
says I don't want him to get
Oh,
on
she is
her
a
too.
Christian.
I feel bad. However, he feels like no one is getting to come. No one is going to come between us.
Between us.
He pulled her to the side and told her she has no say in what we do.
Mm-hmm.
Yo, see what I'm saying?
You
See what I'm
can't be
saying?
wrapped up in what other people
Listen,
think, because if you do, you'll never be happy. And I'm gonna be honest with you. If you worry about what other people think, you'll never be happy. You can't. You gotta worry about your happiness. You gotta worry about your future. Because you have a future ahead of you. They already lived theirs. Ain't nobody tell them who to marry. Ain't nobody tell his mom who to have his mother by. His grandmother who to have his mother by, did they? You know what I'm saying? So, at the end of the day, they gotta get over it. Because it's either they're going to come to your wedding or they're not. And you got to either love it or leave it alone. That's honestly how I think at my age in life. You start to realize after a while, first of all, family can be your worst enemy in the end. And I love my family dearly, but you go through it with your family.
she says I think she's
But
in a
family's
mess.
forever.
She
They're
said,
people, they're nags, they're a mess that you can't separate from because they're your family. But you can separate from them. You know what I mean? You can separate yourself, your presence, you know what I mean? All that. But you can't separate them being family. So they going to continue to be family. When you end up having kids by this man, or they could continue to have this attitude with you, you know what I'm saying? That's kind of how it was. Me and his mom weren't as close till I had my son. Then when I had my son, and my son was like 3, it came to a point where I had to stand up for myself. That was the whole point of my story. I had to kind of stand up for myself now, because I'm like, now I've been with this man for 9 years at that point, and I have a 3-year-old by him, and I'm
see,
still letting.
in order for you to understand something, see, now here's where it gets into you being a parent. You're gonna run into those tough roads where your family, they're gonna be in the way. Cause like as far as I'm reading the comments right here and I'm seeing what you're saying, and you're
Hmm.
saying like you just don't want them bringing negative energy, to the future kids. But you're raising them, so if you raising and you're loving, you teach, it's gonna be all right. You're scared right now, but I'm gonna tell you something. That's happened to me. I've had to actually tell my mom. You know what I'm saying? Look,
Stay out of it.
listen, man, listen, real rap. We go down to see my mom. Okay, we go down to see my mom, and my mom has all these rules. I mean, a whole bunch of rules. Like when I go down there, I'm like, I'm a little kid again. I can't do this. I can't do that. But I got my son. Now I love my mom
She
dearly,
don't play.
but she don't play. But at the same time, now, Nettie, you can tell it. You can tell what happened because
What?
like, okay, it was a whole big thing because the building that back then it was about the cigarette, you know, but
What? At our
back then
house?
no, we went to go visit my mom. Okay,
Mm-hmm.
it was
And
about
somebody was smoking
right.
outside.
Remember?
Yeah.
And it was a whole big thing, and it was like
Oh, when you went outside to have a
right,
cigarette.
right,
Oh yeah,
right,
yeah,
and we're
yeah. I
like,
forget.
but I'm a grown man, but at the
Yeah,
same
that's
time,
minor stuff to me.
but it was like,
He got in trouble because he smoked a cigarette, needless to say.
listen, I got in trouble, but at the same time, when I was trying to stand up for myself, you remember what happened?
Mm-mm.
Okay,
But I knew he was about 35, 36 years
okay.
old. What happened?
Anyhow, we didn't really feel comfortable staying there,
Oh, so we
so
left and went home?
we left and we went home, but
Oh, we was in New York, in
yes,
Brooklyn, and we got up
yes,
and rolled.
because really, believe it or not, my
I
mom
forgot
did
about
make me
that.
feel for a minute uncomfortable. You know what I'm
Hey,
saying? It was
DJ,
like,
DC Kool-Aid and
you know,
Lisa. Hey,
but that's my
fam. How are
mom.
you?
But at the same time, my son was there with me, but he understands.
Right.
You know what I'm saying? Because he knows grandma loves him. You know, he knows
Old
we all
lady had
love
to
him.
see in her
You
phone. I'm
know?
sorry.
And they still talk boom, 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 and I still talk boom, boom, boom. But at the same time, I'm going to tell you, right? Like, you're going to have to get past that because it's going to happen. You're going to bump into those roads. You can't be scared. You can't lock the door and hide like a little kid because you can't be a kid because you got to watch out for a kid.
You're going to be a grown woman,
You
and
know? And the whole thing, the whole thing about this is that I just want you to understand you're not
no
alone out
problem.
there when
I
it comes to
enjoy it.
stuff like that. You know, I try not to get involved too much in what I say about my mom because believe it or not, I will get beat up. You know? So but yeah, I've had instances and scenarios. Some may have even been worse than that. You know, and I'll ask her about certain things before I speak on it because that is my mom and I do want to show her that respect. I know she wouldn't get mad about that right there.
Like, see, with
You
the
know?
way I was raised, my father did not like my first boyfriend. And I was with him, like I said, for well over 14 years. They didn't like him mainly because he was a street thug. He sold drugs. He was rude with his mouth. He always cheated on me. I would allow people to live in my
All right, we'll
mother's
be back.
house. My
Gabby has
mother's house. Okay, I took people
going
in all the
on.
time. Because that's me. If y'all ever watched me before, I'll tell y'all. If I could open a house and have 10 to 15 homeless kids live in my house, I'd welcome them all. That's just me. But I used to let people come and stay at my house a lot. And I let this girl come and stay at my house for about 4 years, honestly. And the reason why is because she had a little boy who was born with genital warts in his throat. Why? Because she didn't use protection. So when she had her baby and he came down through the birth canal, he caught those warts in his throat. Stuff that people just don't know. It's so sad. I'm telling y'all, 40-year-old woman, I could tell y'all some stories. So anyway, this little boy, needless to say, he was born with a condition. They had to put a trach in his throat at birth. And he lived, they said he wouldn't live, and I'm talking about getting surgery like every, I want to say like every couple of weeks, getting warts removed out of his throat because they continuously grew in there. And I'm talking about genital warts, diagnosed as what they call the papillomavirus, the human papillomavirus. And over the years, they got a little more common with it. But back then, because he would be about 60. He would be like 25 now. But he died when he was about 16. So he passed away in 2008. And I remember these well because my girlfriend's daughter was murdered in 2007, as a matter of fact. And both of these babies ended up going to heaven at the same time, like within months apart. But okay, so let me get back to my story because I forgot. Okay, so I was on this vacation, drinking up a storm. Around November, I went and took all these pregnancy tests. I went to Planned Parenthood. I'm going to real quickly say this, but I went to Planned Parenthood, took another test. They confirmed it. I still ain't believe them because I started bleeding. So, okay. Sorry, y'all. I ain't mean to be so out there with it, but this is a woman thing here. But yeah, I started bleeding. So now I'm like, oh, I'm gonna lose my baby now. I just found out I'm having a baby, but I don't know nothing about this
Did
kid.
you tell me right away?
No, remember I went.
Listen, that's what I'm trying. Listen.
Well, you was left back there, like
Yeah.
you
But
still back there. It's like no. I
look.
didn't tell him until my friend
Right,
down the
that's what I
hall
was.
confirmed it,
Listen,
and then I went and got two
Right.
more tests, and then I was like, I'm going to Planned
Meanwhile,
Parenthood.
this how the women do. They running around back and forth. She tried to go through all this stuff, and I'm like, you know what I'm saying? But this is after she go through all
Because I
this
wanted
stuff,
to
then
confirm it first.
Then
like,
I'm going to find out.
Why would I tell you if I'm pregnant and get you all upset and happy or whatever you was going to be?
From the time you came to me, you took a good enough amount of tests.
Anyway, y'all. Anyway, I started to have my menstrual, so I ran to the hospital because I'm like, oh man, y'all, I'm about to lose my baby. And I'm all upset. I've been waiting all these years to have this little thing. And when I went to the hospital, they were like, you're 6 months pregnant or something like that. Because mind you, they didn't know. Ain't nobody know nothing. So I'm thinking 6 months. Oh my God, I missed the whole pregnancy. I want to be able to feel the baby move. I want to be. And I'm like, how am I 6 months pregnant? Anyway, they were like, go sit in the waiting room. Sit in the waiting room. So I'm like, sit in the waiting room. I'm about to lose my baby. What do y'all mean go sit in the waiting room? And they were like, guess what? Now this was a Christian hospital. They said, whatever happens is going to be God's work. Ain't nothing we can do about it. If you're having a miscarriage, your baby's going to die regardless. And I was so hurt. I just went in that little room and I wanted to leave. Because I was like, who could sit there and tell somebody something like that? Like, how you going to tell me my baby's going to die? Meanwhile, I thought I was 6 months. So they took me back and they were like, rush her to emergency. To labor and delivery at this point because they thinking I'm 6 months. Mm-hmm. So they rushed me up to labor and delivery, and they got the monitors on my stomach. Now, y'all know I'm a big girl. They got the monitors on my stomach, and they ain't saying nothing. And I'm like, well, they told me I'm pregnant. Like, what's going on? Like, I was so upset. So this angel comes walking into the room. And she's like, are y'all crazy? This woman is overweight. You have to lay her back, and you got to go down a little lower on her.
Yeah, I swear I remember that. That was
something I will never forget. Because she confirmed that day that I had a little baby inside of me.
Yup.
And this little baby was in there jumping and kicking, and he was a little bean, but he was a baby.
I remember that.
I was about
like,
3 months.
I remember that everybody, they was all over her, like, and she just came in and
they were
like,
amazed, like they
man.
thought that nothing was there.
Yeah, and then this lady just came in the room and was like, look, man, you in the wrong spot. You don't do it like that. And look, bang.
There he goes, jumping all around in there.
And the minute I seen that, I was like, oh, whoa.
And meanwhile, I was still having a menstrual for like another month or two after that. So don't ever think that you're not pregnant by menstrual. Trust me. God is in control at the end of the day.
Yeah, we went through a lot. I'm going to go through a lot more.
So anyway, little guy was born. And he was born with something called hypospadias. Y'all can look it up. It leads to curvature of the penis if he didn't get any surgeries. Needless to say, he had 9 surgeries over a 6-year period. So about every 6 months he got surgery. So
you do the math that takes in for having a childhood and playing games and being able to do certain things. Take that into consideration when you're walking around with catheters and stuff, and maybe a yeast infection. And always needing your heels to be tended to. You know what I'm saying? Like, this is stuff that I was going through as a man, and for me it was like, yo, this is my son though, but this is what I went through. You know what I'm saying? And I stood fast there from day one, and still from day one. I even had to do stuff for her. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah, because after my C-section, I couldn't even wash my own butt.
And somebody asked a crazy question before. Somebody asked a crazy question before. There's your answer. But keeping it 100 though. You know what I'm saying? Yeah. And relationships will test you. They will bring out the best in you. And I say just keep going at whatever you're doing and be firm about it.
That'd be awesome, Natalie Lindsay.
Just be firm about it.
If she wants, she can do like I do. Look up the title, and I'm gonna probably change the title at the end because it starts off as Coffee on the Couch, but we always get deep in our lives, which meaning not just live or lives. When we're on live, we get deep with our lives. We do. So y'all might think, oh my gosh, this lady's got like a 2-hour stream. I don't want to watch it. Scroll through it and look at it. Because guarantee y'all You're gonna learn something from all of my videos. Honestly, like I might do reactions, but my reactions I try to put a point across. I say stuff before my reaction, and I say stuff after my reaction because I really want people to know that I'm not judging anybody. I don't judge nobody.
Yo,
But I
listen,
do
listen.
react to how I feel because at this point, people don't realize the information that I'm getting, I get off of the World Wide Web. I get it off of Google. I don't even go on people's channels sometimes. I mean, I follow everybody, so when their stories pop up, I do watch because it's like TV and I love it. I love YouTube. I ain't going front. I've been watching it for years though, but it's more hype now. It's more like a soap opera in live. You know what I mean? And that's just on certain channels. Some people are real, and you got to keep it like that too because you have a certain crowd watching you.
See
I'm
me,
sorry.
if somebody comes to me, I'll respect them, but at the same time, you got to think like, is your grandmother going? Do you have any kind of relationship with her? Or like, are you bond? Do you talk about anything? Have you ever talked about anything before this? You got to be careful sometimes because in some situations, it's good to be silent but still show your support.
Yep,
You
I hear
know,
you, Lindsay, Natalie.
um, that's only you would be able to answer that question. But key things
Oh, I think you
have
should.
you
I
have you
would.
yeah, yeah, but how you approach this because this is a grandmother. Okay, so be very careful how you approach a grandmother. Okay.
Like,
Um
what are they judging you on your character, or like,
it,
how
you
long were y'all together? Like, do they know anything about you? Like, what? Why do they not like you? If you don't mind talking to us in a group, you know what I mean? Like, do you know why? Like, do they have a reason? I know you just said because she had a horror past, and I can understand that too. But those are the kind of parents sometimes you can have a horror past. He's had a horror past. I can't say I had a horror past because, like I told y'all, I had my mom and dad, and they was best friends all my life. So I can't tell y'all how to how a broken home is. You know what I'm saying? Well, actually, I could because I was from a broken home, but my parents continue to be best friends over 30 years of the life that I lived until my mom passed away a couple of months ago. God rest her soul. You know what I'm saying? But that's what I saw. But at the same time, you have stories that went on over the years that when we bring up or talk about now that we have kids, there was something that was brought up one day where, one of the kids heard somebody saying such and such had a different mom or dad, and the kids were very upset. Now, I'm talking about they like 10, 11 years old now. You know what I'm saying? And it changed their lives because now they're, the youngest is 10. No, that's not my youngest niece, but the youngest that knows what's going on because she comes and tells me all the scoop, which is sad. It's sad because certain things shouldn't be talked about in front of kids because they take it in. That's what I was started with. Kids are like sponges. Hello, Miranda House Productions. How are you? There was an issue where my boyfriend, mom, and dad separated. His mom cheated on his dad. My boyfriend had a younger brother. He was suffering. Oh my God, boo! You didn't come in at the beginning of this. You got to go back and. I started with this whole situation. I went through the same thing. Suffering. Yep. 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 I just told that story. My dad had a child outside of the marriage, and it broke our home up, which my mom and dad had 4 kids at the time. So I know oh so well how that goes. But at the end of the day, people have to grow. You can't soak up on what you went through in life. You know what I'm saying? Like, maybe I'm misinterpreting something. I don't know if your boyfriend is still going through stuff. Okay. Where my boyfriend? Okay. So he was separated from them? Then you gotta keep up with the comments because I'm trying to watch comments and talk at the same time. You tell me.
where are you at?
Hold on.
Natalie Lindsay said he said if he was not around, he would have committed suicide.
Oh
Then
no.
she said his mom and grandmother. You go ahead. I'll just read it. His mom and grandmother don't like me because of that. I was there helping him with school, cooking for him, etc.
Mm-hmm.
You sit, you know, until she comes back.
Okay, so they just, it seems like they have some kind of jealousy, or they have something they haven't gotten over. They need to let him grow. That's the bottom line. That's what I'm getting from there. I don't understand. Um, and
While the mom was out with one man, she was cheating on my wait, she was cheating on my boyfriend's
boyfriend's
dad.
dead.
Okay. With
Oh, while the mom was out
while the mom
with the
was out
man, she
with the
was
man,
cheating
she was cheating on my dad, on my
on my
BF
boyfriend's
dad.
dad
Yeah.
with someone else. So basically, they don't like me because they are jealous. That's what I think. But
That's personal.
yeah, I was gonna
That's
say, like,
personal.
honestly,
That's personal.
they need to grow up,
That's
honestly.
personal.
And like I
You
said,
know,
if you and your boyfriend are in love, y'all need to stay there
this
like that.
this is life. It's a reality check for him. You know, and even if you speak or you don't speak, that's your choice. You know what I'm saying? At this point, with all that going on, you don't even have to be nice about it.
Oh
You know what I'm saying? You gotta
wow.
be respectful for his part.
Because the little guy looks to her and the boyfriend and his brother as parents. Talking about the younger
Yeah,
brother.
yeah, yeah,
Okay,
yeah,
I
yeah,
got you.
yeah, yeah,
I
yeah,
got you.
yeah.
Yeah,
So
they could be
yeah,
jealous of the
yeah,
relationship.
yeah. Like
I've had that
exactly.
happen. Like
Like
like I said, I have a lot of nieces and nephews. There's 14 of them. I'm gonna let Dean talk.
no, you
But
got it.
oh, I took it out of his mouth. So yeah, I have 14 nieces and nephews, and I've helped raise them all.
Her bro was 15.
Mm.
He's talking about. I'm talking about
Oh,
my
so you have
BFF
an
bro and
impact
not my DF.
on his life at this
Okay.
point. I
So what
got
he
you.
sees and how you know. Well,
So it.
the
Oh my
best thing.
gosh, that's kind of
Well,
sad and scary all at the same time. Um. Hmm.
sometimes it's just to do what you do, and you know, hopefully, whatever you do, they'll see that and be guided towards you. Because sometimes you can't really like.
Yeah, in
You
a
know what I'm
case like
saying?
that,
You know,
because
it's just.
I'm assuming they must have took the little boy out of your life now. They gonna make sure that you're not around them because they don't want him. They don't want the positivity that you have going
That's
on. I
happened
guess.
before. That's stuff like
Yeah,
that
I'm
has
trying to
happened.
think of a situation where I
Remember
can.
the twin boys? Remember the twin boys? They had left for a while, then they came back around. Remember the twins? And they
Who?
came back and go to two twin boys. It was actually three of them. Remember the three twins? Remember the three twins? And they had separated for a while. We didn't see them for a while, and they came back around, but they still knew us. Who's the three twin boys? And we see them all the time at your mom's house. And they went through the foster care. Was it Flo's or who's the three boys? I'll get it together.
You
I'll get
talking
it.
about my cousin's kids?
Remember they
Well,
had
my
left.
aunt
Yeah,
took
they had
them,
yeah, and they wasn't around for a while.
right?
But then they had came back around. You know what I'm saying? And it's
No,
like,
she's saying
but
as
right. But
far
what I'm
as
saying is, as far as
her
far as
boyfriend has
what
a younger brother.
right. But what I'm saying is, what you leaving them, it's going to stay in there. If they see you as being the type of person to always be like for
Like
real.
I'm wondering if they keeping the little boy from her now.
She said, "I have been nothing but a blessing. I know God has me here for a reason.
Yep, you're there
No,
for a
he
reason,
still comes over
definitely.
to my place every weekend. His dad appreciates me being
Oh,
here,
awesome.
so he does not let them."
Keep him away.
Okay.
That's that's
See, it sounds more
God.
personal.
That's
It sounds
God
more.
working in
Her
there for
problem
you.
sounds
He
more
will.
personal. And the thing is, like, that's a piece. Like, it's eating a humble pie. See, when you go to church, sis, right? It's eating a humble pie. You know how they say in church, you gotta eat that humble pie. This is something you
Everybody
gotta
else
eat
loves
that
in the
humble
family.
pie
It's
on.
jealousy.
Okay, so you gotta eat the humble pie on this because you gotta show like this is your love. This is
This is
your
me.
agape.
I'm
This is
bigger
this
and
this is
better
what you're
than
doing
y'all.
for this. You know what I'm saying? Because what you shun on him today, he's gonna shun on somebody else tomorrow, and that's gonna enrich their lives. If you show that side, it's going it can actually come out a little bad. You know, if really when you think about it, it can actually come out a little bad. So what I would say to you do is be the person that you're being right now.
Yeah, he 15.
Right.
In 3 years from now, he gonna be on
Perfect
over your house
perfect
anyway.
age for you to be patient and do what you do best.
All right. Prime example. I'm gonna go back to my brother, who was the stepbrother that my dad cheated on my mother with.
Yeah,
Okay.
yeah, yeah.
His mother. Oh no. Wow. See, so you're a godsend to them and they just don't realize it. And that can happen too. Don't give up, though, because sometimes you're there for a reason. You know what I mean? Like, just per se, this YouTube couple I've been following. I feel like at this point, they may not want to be together or it may not be healthy for them to be together. But at the end of the
What's
day,
up, Jacob BB? Welcome to the room.
hey, Jacob BB, at the end of the day, they have a kid. They have kids. And that's where this separation and stuff. So the mom has a lot of anger inside built up, and I'm guessing she not with the little boy's dad by from what you're saying. The dad lets him see, but the mom doesn't. So I'm assuming that his mother, your boyfriend's mother, is not with the little boy's dad either. That's just what I'm getting from what you're telling me. You could tell me if I'm right or wrong. Um, so am I right? She said, I'm going to continue to love, and I understand that. But somebody said something else just now. Maybe I just got it. She said, I think I'm going to have to look because you ain't keeping up. After
I'm pulling
Jacob
it up
BB.
bigger. Can you see it now?
Yeah.
Look, can you see it now?
Okay, sorry, guys. I just want to read. Hold on. Nope, she wants to get back. Yep, I read it. Okay.
Is that good enough for you? Do you want me
That's
to
what it is.
You want me to pull this up bigger?
Mm-hmm.
Okay.
And she could be jealous because you have a relationship with her ex, according to letting the little boy see you still. So that's what I'm getting from that. There's really nothing you could do but try to keep on pushing for a relationship with you and the mom. Let the mom know that you love her. You love both of her sons. You love them as a family. That's why you want to become family. You're not there just to be a mess. You know what I mean? And that's pretty much how it seems to me. Oh, so your son won't go back there either? Because of this? Is that what's happening now? I'm getting confused. I thought you was reading to keep me up.
I am reading.
Because I'm probably missing something there.
Okay, just give me 1 minute. I don't know what happened.
That's what's going on. My boyfriend's family really wants to marry. But I have been pushing. Don't push away. And I'm glad that you're realizing this. Don't. That's the end of the moral of my story is if you love your man and he loves you, do y'all. Family will come later down the line. Either they're going to accept you or they're not. If you have children and they don't want to accept them, you got to be real with your children when they get of age. Of age now. You know what I mean? Like, why don't I see my grandma? She ain't approve of me and your dad. Plain and simple. But I don't see a grandma doing that, but I know some that do. So, it's a wishy-washy situation there. But when it comes down to you and your man, I will stay with my man and do what I gotta do.
She says no. No, not her ex, her son. I think she's just jealous because me and my BF remind her
of her once marriage. Well, she needs to start loving it. How about that? Love it and be happy for y'all.
Hey, Jacob BB, what's good? How you doing, my man?
My boyfriend's parents have this one. Their son looks at me and that's his second parents. Yup. Mom and grandma are jealous because of me. My boyfriend's yup.
And just so
I'm with you on that.
Can I say something real quick? Just so you know, yesterday, Jacob BB.
Yeah, I remember you don't have no kids yet.
That was me on there yesterday, and I was trying to tell you about the audio settings and stuff in your mic. That's what I was trying to tell you. It was me when you looked on there and it said through Dean Martin on there. That was me on that other line.
No, he's still in there.
Yeah, he just said what's up.
Yeah, a while ago.
Yeah. So that's cool.
Oh, he's probably still in here. Hey, Jacob. I don't know if you was still in the room. See if you got your mic together last night. So, yeah, Natalie, bottom line is If you're in love, stay in love. Don't let nobody push you away from your love. Because you're going to hurt later on, not them. They're going to sit back and laugh at it. And
you don't have kids.
at the same, no, I know they don't have kids. They talking about his brother, his younger brother. He like kind of like with me taking care of my brothers, because I have my youngest brother is 18. So yes, I've helped